Bang! Neevesknives. I'm Jared, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen, live on Neevesknives. How's everybody doing today, tonight? I'm going to use my phone today, so I don't have to lower my head down and read the comments. How's everybody doing? We're going to do a pocket check. We're going to do a bunch of edge talk today, different kinds of edges, at what point is an edge hair whittling? Sorry, guys. Things like that. Now, and a bunch of other edge talk too. I have something I want to show you guys. We're gonna wait till later on, because I don't want anybody seeing it that jumps in, and doesn't watch the full thing later on, because I do have a video of it coming soon, and in the video, we're gonna be cutting some stuff, but it's pretty cool. I've had it for a couple days now. I think Seems Logical could appreciate this if he was here. Not sure if he's in here or not. But what's everybody carrying? Let's do a pocket check really quick, and then we'll get into some knife talk. So today, I actually was carrying... What the hell is the name of this thing? I always forget the names of these. This AM8. Ooh, I got crap all over it. But this AM8 knife... Man, what the heck is the name of this one? I can't even remember the name of it. But awesome knife. I just did a first impressions on it. I've been carrying it ever since. M390 steel, titanium. It's an awesome knife. I do really like this one. This one's top notch for sure. The clip works great too. Even though it's not very deep carry, it works great. The in and out of the pocket, you can do it one-handed very easily. There's no struggle. It's just a great clip, but it's not very deep carry. I was also carrying the Jack Wolf Knives Midnight, the Midnight Jack. Super thin. This thing is so damn thin. Let me check it. Let's check how thin these are behind the... Now, this is just this one. I could check the other ones, but we're going to just check this one for right now. Man, oh my goodness. 10.5 thousandths. 10 thousandths behind the edge. This Midnight Jack. And it's a full hollow. Let's see how high it goes up. I'm curious about that. I'm going to go about a 1/4 inch up. Okay, it goes up when you do that. All right, so let's go down a little bit. So 14 thousandths. If you about, I don't know. I guess that was damn near a 1/4 of an inch. Yeah. So about a 1/4 of an inch up, it's about 14 to 15 thousandths. When I get up to about a 1/2 inch up, it gets to 20 thousandths. Maybe a little under half. Yeah, a little under half. Awesome knife though. My favorite one yet. I do really like that Wharncliffe one though. But if the Wharncliffe one had this handle, I don't know which one I like better, because I love this one so much because of the blade shape and that coffin handle. Oh, it's so comfortable. Works so good. And I did... where did I put it? I did buy another Jack Wolf slip from OCD. Here it is. From OCD for EDC. So this one's a pocket clip. I didn't link it in the description. Normally I link everything I'm going to show in the description, so everything else is pretty much linked. But it's this little pocket slip. I haven't put anything in it yet, but it's got a clip. So it makes it to where you can... I haven't even put it in my pocket yet. You can put it in your pocket, then put the knife in there and retrieve it without the supposedly without the slip coming out. So let's check that out. Yeah, it works good. Yeah, because the clip has that little hook and it kind of hooks. So when you go to pull it out of the pocket, it just basically stays in place. Very cool. Nice stitching on it. It has the wolf on it. These are on OCD for EDC's site if you guys want to try these. OCD number 4 EDC. You guys should know his name by now. Justin. I've done, I posted 2 videos with him because we checked out some knives from each other's collection. What's up, Chuck, Todd, Honey Bear? I love that name. Joe, Kyle, Ed. What's up, Q Ball? Q Ball's in the house. So what is everybody carrying? Why am I the only one doing a damn pocket dump? What is going on? You guys are slow, man. You guys are slow. Tell me you guys made some answers. Honestly, nobody cares. So you guys didn't carry anything. You guys just didn't carry anything. Okay. All right. I see how you guys are. Cue ball. I seen you got that TRM for sale. They had that full titanium TRM shadow for sale, right? Don't worry, man. I'll PayPal you the money. So no worries. It's sold, guys. It's already sold. So don't even worry about it. I already bought it. Carrying a Jaeger. Nice. That's awesome, man. That's badass. You're carrying pretty heavy. That's badass. You got a G-necker. Hell yeah. The Bug Out. Great knife. KIZER Bag Lighter 2. Check this out. I don't know if this is gonna make it like to like the best, one of the best. It's gonna be one of the best budget knives of the year. I can already tell. The new DOMIN, the hollow ground sheepsfoot DOMIN. Somebody asked me earlier in the comments, what knife would I recommend with a reverse Tonto? You guys know I don't believe in reverse Tontos unless if they're sharpened back here, but I know what he meant, right? Like kind of like a 940 blade. And he asked me what I thought about the 940. And I said, the 940 is great. I love the 940. I said, but you know, it's a little thick, right? For the knife size and everything, it's robust, right? And when you sharpen it after 5 times, I mean, the thing is ridiculously thick. But I recommended him this thing, and it's so good. It's so good. 154 cm, complete guillotine action. And the thumb stud and detent is crisp. It's so good. Let's check the thickness behind the edge. Let's check it. Gotta check that thickness. It's nice and thin. 13 thousandths. I don't know the angle it's sharpened at, but it's 13 thousandths even on the new DOMIN. 13,000. So that means even if I did let's check if I lay back the angle. If I lay back the angle to 15 degrees per side, the most now it's 12.5 thousandths when I checked it all the way up there. So let me check a couple measurements. 13.5. I'm going way up the blade right now. So even if I sharpen it back at 15 degrees per side, it's still going to be under 14 thousandths. So that's pretty damn thin. It ranges between 12 and 13 thousandths right now. And when I measure way up the blade, the most I got was like 15 thousandths. And that was like really high up the blade, way farther. That's like if I sharpen it 5-10 times. Breeze is in the house. What's up, Breeze? 13 thousandths is odd. 12 or 13 is even. That is true. That is true. Maurice, what did they do to you, Maurice? Did they take your did you just change your handle, or did they take it from you? They're trying to get to you, man. I know it. They probably just stole it from you. The JK murdered out thumb stud version hasn't left my pocket since I got it. Put some skiffs in it. Nice. Hell yeah. No, that's a badass knife for sure. Yeah, I need to order some more bearings. I think I have maybe one more set of Gillians left. But I need to, I like to have a pack of them around, you know, like just in case if I find a knife. And this is one of the main reasons, like, because sometimes, I mean, or usually in many cases, the knife's action's really good. But sometimes you want a little bit more blade stability, you know, from like side to side. And it's not even that it'll have play, but you'll almost feel like it has a little bit of flex. Put some of them skiffs or Gillians in there. That can make it feel a lot more solid. Sometimes it can slow the action down, and sometimes it makes it even better. It just depends on the knife. Sometimes the bearings that are in them are just the ones that work the best. And then other times you throw some Gillians or some skiffs in there and it gets ridiculously smooth. But it always, as long as they fit, makes better stability in the pivot. I'm trying to find a one and done knife. EDC, sharp edge, dark wooden handle, fixed. Any recommendations? So you want a fixed blade with a wooden handle. I would go with the Hinder. I forget the name of it, but EDC sharp edge, dark wooden handle, fixed. Yeah, yeah. Look up. That's a one and doneer. I mean, I don't know the size you're looking for, to be honest, but Hinder's got a good EDC fixed blade with a wooden handle. It comes in different steels, but the one I tried was 01 tool steel. It was a really good one. Chris Reeves makes a good one. I'm sure you'll find some. There's a lot that fits that category, especially fixed blade with wooden handles. And check this out. If you find one with micarta, contact Hawaii Knife and Gear. I bet you he could make you some koa wood handles. Make it even more exotic. You'll have the only one. Hogue is about to drop a killer slim fixed blade soon. Looks awesome. Nice. I did try that one from OCD for EDC. Justin, he had that really thin, slim guy. That thing is mega slim. That's a great EDC knife. The problem I see it having is that it's too thin, not blade wise, but the handle. The handle's just as thin as the blade, basically. So, but I mean, for EDC, it'd be great. So, Erica from Not Your Average EDC sent me something to check out, and you reminded me of it. The Hogue DEKA in Magna. Well, it doesn't say Magna Cut. Yeah, it does. You can't see it, but it says Magna Cut. So I'm not sure how good their Magna Cut is. I've heard different things. I've heard some people say it's good. Some people say it's shit. The knife itself, you know, I like the DEKA. The DEKA's awesome. And this is FRN super duper light. The one issue with these FRN very, very lightweight, having barely any type of liners is this. You know, you can flex the hell out of it. It's such a lightweight knife, but that's also the beauty of it because it's so lightweight and it is a tough knife. It's not that it's lightweight and not tough. It's that lightweight, so it flexes. But as long as you're cutting with it and just doing cutting things, even if you're hard on it, it's still going to be super tough. These things are very tough for how light and capable they are. So very cool. Gonna test the steel on it and see how this Magna Cut is. It's hard to say. I don't know yet. I will know as soon as I hit the stone, though. Well, you know what? I can't say that. I'll know after I test the edge. I'll test the edge because I have had some Magna Cut in here that felt. It's weird because it didn't feel bad. It didn't feel great, you know, but I guess that told me everything right there. It didn't feel great and it didn't feel bad. It was just like mediocre. That's what I'm guessing I'm going to get from this, but we'll see. Speaking of Not Your Average EDC, check out her GoFundMe. Yes, there's her GoFundMe. Thank you, Fiend. Need some titanium scales. Yes, that would definitely help. I don't think they make them, though, which is surprising, right? We have, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe one of you guys can correct me. But Flytanium, RC Blade Works, all these other companies, they make Benchmade scales, Spider Coast scales, all different scales. I don't think any companies are making Hogue scales, at least not that I can think of. Does the DEKA come in G10? Yes. You can get the, wait, is the original one in G10? Yeah, the original one's in G10. I actually have it linked down in the description. So if you go down in the description right now, they're very affordable too. You can get them for like $138, $140 in 20 CV and G10. Great price. And you can get this blade, well, the blade shape I shown or the drop point / kind of clip point. Blades and Fades is in the house. Shout out to Blades and Fades. Definitely go and follow his channel as well. The Wii Coolix versus Wii Mini Malice for the one and done EDC. That's tough, man. That's tough. They're both great. It's hard to pick between the two. Probably. So I like the blade shape on the Coolix more. I like the fact that the Malice has the choil and the reverse flicking fuller. I like the geometry on the Coolix more. You know, like it's like I like something on either one. You know, it's hard. I could just flip a coin. I like them both. There's Blades and Fades link right there. K390 patina's nicely, doesn't rust much as long as it's dry. Right, yeah. K390, yes, it's good for patina. It does patina. But if you, where's mine? I got one right here somewhere. So if you just keep it dry, like mine is still perfect, man. I've had it for a while too. No patina really at all. Looks great. Just keep it dry. If you keep it dry, keep it clean, I don't even think you'll have to worry about patina, at least not for a long time. I barely have any patina on mine. And I've been, I mean, I'm not going to say I've neglected it, but I haven't been like the cleanest with it. But yeah, I think, as long as your environment is okay, like if you're not living in the swamps, you'll be fine with it. That's when it really starts like getting patina on it, is when you live in certain places. I'll never be a one and done. Right. Me neither. I couldn't be a one and done. I understand the thought behind a one and done, but I also know that if you just tell them a knife, you might just get them down in the rabbit hole. I can't really pick a one and done because even well, I've always had kind of a knife collection, but even before I started collecting folding knives, when my collection was mostly all fixed blades, and this was a long time ago, and I would have like one, maybe two folders. So it was kind of like a one and done. I carried the same folder every day, you know. Even then I knew it was like, this is my folder until I drop it off of a roof. This is my folder until somebody steals it off the job site. This is my folder until I break the blade. And I was always prepared to just go get another one. So I was, because that happened so often, because I was so tough on them, that might be every week. Like knives didn't last very long, but they were also usually pretty cheap. Not always, but you know, like decent Kershaws. At least they should wait. At least they should put out a DEKA with aluminum scales, all the color. Yeah, I think so too. I think a company should just do some titanium ones. I think Original Goat should do that. I should speak to them because I think there's a lot of people with a lot of DEKAs that would love to get some titanium scales. Storm about to kick the shit out of here. Just got super dark in about 2 minutes. Yeah, we got it last night, man. It was bad. Lost power twice. All right. So Jared, I love them worn foot and sheep's cliff blades. Me too, man. Me too. And like I was talking about this one earlier, this one's a badass one. I love this knife. Am I frozen, guys? What's going on? Anyways, why is this messed up? There we go. Let's talk about some edges. Pineapple tie scales on the DEKA would look beautiful for sure. I'm donating a Rex 45 native to Not Your Average GDC. Nice. Another viewer is doing a 0.01 regrind on it. Holy shit. 10,000s behind the edge. That's awesome. Looking forward to see Erica test it. Yeah, regrinds, man. Regrinds can really bring out a knife, like the performance and cutting, even in edge retention and all that stuff. Because you know, when your edge is slicier and it's passing through materials without struggle, you know, it just seems to hold an edge better, and you can sharpen them so much faster. Like the time between me sharpening something that's 25 thousandths behind the edge and something that's 10 thousandths behind the edge, it's like dramatically different. And I think that's sometimes the biggest problem with people sharpening is they don't understand how long it takes. They think that it takes 10 minutes, right? And yeah, it would take 10 minutes if you're keeping the same angle, right? If you're sharpening a knife at 30 degrees per side, then yeah. What's up, man? I don't know. I have no idea. Well, there might not be any left. If I have to, I'll go to the gas station after. I don't. I do not. I'll I'll go to the gas station afterwards. Here's I don't know what's in there, but you can check them. There's like at least half. All right. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. But if you keep a super high angle, then yeah, you can sharpen it fast. But if you want to lower your angle back to a good angle in order to get good edge retention, cutting performance, and all of that sharpness, you got to lower the angle. And in that case, it does take a little bit of time. So, question for you guys. Let's do a question really quick. So, if you guys were here the last live, you guys might remember that I bought some cut proof sleeves. Right? These are sleeves that you put on your arm, and it's supposed to not be able to be cut through, right? So, I had the thought of doing a video where I'm going to take a factory edge and I'm going to sharpen a knife and I'm going to verse it. But I thought about it. I have to do the same knife, right? I can't do like, because otherwise I'll get a ton of comments. Oh, well, that one was thinner. Or, oh, that one was something. I don't know. So I have to do the same knife. So I thought about it. I have two of these, one which has still a factory edge. This one I've sharpened. I'll have to resharpen it because I've definitely, it's lost life all the way up here. And it's 14C. We're going to talk about what kind of edge I'm going to put on it here in a second. So I could use the CIVIVI Chevelier. Awesome button lock, 14C 28N. It has a steel that will definitely take the type of edge that I'm going to use to do the cut test. And like I said, I have one with a factory edge. Next thing I could do is I could take this, which is the new button lock Elementum in 20 CV. However, what I would do is I'd have to take one of the sleeves and try cutting it with the factory edge that's on it, sharpen it, then do the test again after sharpening. Now, I guess I could do that with anything that still has a factory edge. Then I thought about it like, man, I'd really like to do some K390 or some crew wear, but both my K390 and my crew wear already have edges on it. So, and that would be specifically a PM2. So I'd have to take a PM2 that has a factory edge. So since I don't have one with a factory edge, I'm trying to think of what knife I should use for the test that has a factory edge still that I can do. I can try, like even this knife. I could use this knife. It hasn't cut much. I've cut a couple things with it, but it still has a regular factory edge on it. It didn't dull at all. I could use this, then sharpen it, then test my edge on the sleeves. That's all right, Jays. Welcome. One of the best lives on YouTube right here, gentlemen. One of the best. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. So let's talk about what edge I'm going to put on. I haven't, like I said, I haven't decided what knife I'm going to do. You guys didn't want to answer. So, I don't think it really matters as long as it's the same knife, so that I don't get any arguments about, well, one was thinner, one was heavier, one was this, one was that. I want the same knife so that I can, just take away all the arguments. Now, what edge am I going to use? So am I going to do a toothy edge, right? Would a toothy edge be the best to cut through this? You guys want to see the fabric? Let me show you the fabric, what it looks like. I'll be honest, I don't like this type of fabric. I have this thing with this type of fabric, but I'll show it to you guys. Oh, maybe not. I thought it was a different kind of fabric. All right. Ooh, this might be a little harder to cut through than I thought. This is a lot tougher than I thought. Wow. Okay, so this is the fabric. So I'm going to take this fabric and I am going to attempt, I thought I was going to cut right through it. I'm going to attempt to cut right through it with one of my edges. I'm going to have Kara, or I'm going to put it on and I'm going to have Kara try to cut my arm off. Not really. I bought some fruits that I'm going to put it over and then try to cut it. I don't know, man. I almost want to just try it right now. Just grab a knife and... I can see why it's cut proof. So I don't know if my edge will be able to do it. It might not. I think I got a fighting chance though. So I'm going to take and do one of the sharpest edges I could possibly ever put on a knife. And I'm going to attempt to cut through that. I kind of wish I had K390 or crew wear now, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to do some 14C 28N because that shit takes such a nasty sharp edge. Like I said, I could do this. 20CV also can get very sharp with a good heat treat. That's why I picked this one. This one could be really good. I wish I had 2 of those mule knives in that magnet cut. That'd be awesome. So in comes Kara with the machete, right? In comes Kara with the machete. If you guys wait a minute or till later, you guys might see something similar to a machete. So what kind of edge am I going to put on it? So my plan is to put a low angle polished edge. Why am I going to pick polished? Well, I'm going to pick a steel that works well with the polish. The reason why I'm not going to pick a toothy, so I thought about it, and I figured the teeth from a toothy edge might snag the fibers more than a polish, which is going to be finer, and the teeth are going to be finer. So I think it might have a better chance of splitting the fibers. That's just my idea, right? I could be wrong, but holding this stuff in my hand, I think a very low angle, the polished edge that's super sticky, right? So it's not like it's going to be slick. It's going to have a lot of bite to it. I think that might be able to separate the fibers and go through it. Now, would a medium grit edge maybe be better because it has more teeth? Possibly. Maybe I should do one of both. Maybe I'll try that. You know, I'm the one making the rules, so I guess I could make one with a low angle medium grit edge and a low angled fine edge and see if either one can do it. I'd say it makes more sense to cut with the factory edge and then sharpen after using the CIVIVI Elemental button. Like, you think so? So if I do that, then I'll have to take another knife because I won't be able, because that'll take so much time for me to, I guess, I don't know. I want to try where I have another knife with a medium grit edge so that I have an opportunity to test a medium grit if the polished edge doesn't work. So I will do that, and that'll be like an after thing. Like, if this doesn't work, we're going to try this one. Because the point is can one of my edges cut through one of these sleeves? Trust me, cut-proof gloves work great. Not puncture-proof, but definitely cut-proof with reasonable force. We're going to find out. I have no doubt that this isn't cut-proof, but is it cut-proof with a Neeves knives edge? That's the question. That's sharpened to a point of high level sharpness, right? Because there's a difference there, right? Like, I don't sharpen all my knives to be that damn sharp, and I don't recommend everybody does because there is a point of which it's fragile. Now, I think some people think that they don't know what real sharpness is. Like, so a lot of the edges I show on my shorts and stuff, they're just a regular edge I'd put on my knives. Some of them are maybe a little bit lower of an angle than a lot of people might put on, or not. I don't know. But the point is, though, is that it's just fine. Like, I get comments all the time of people being like, yeah, use it one time and it'll go dull. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. It still has the edge retention that the steel provides. A lower angle will actually give me more edge retention. It'll cut for longer. No, it's not going to be as tough. But I wasn't planning on using this little lightweight EDC knife as a fucking battering ram. Hey, Jeremiah with the 2 bones. Hey, what's up, bro? I'm also sharpening my blade. Nice. Well, thanks for joining. I used to do that all the time. I would literally, like, when I sharpen, I'll find somebody else sharpening, or like something, like a live talking about, knives and stuff like that. And then just sit there and sharpen. I do that basically every time I sharpen. I do that. Kyle says, thanks, man. Never bought a knife before, but won't mind spending a couple $100 on a one and done. Thinking of Benchmade Hidden Canyon. That's one I was considering. I wish handle was a bit longer. Nice. Yeah. No, Benchmades are always, they're great. They're great knives. I like Benchmades a lot. They are, a little bit, they have a little bit of tax on them. But it's USA made, the best warranty in the business. Like they have like one of the best warranties. The only other warranty that might be better is like Essie. And then they have a lot of aftermarket parts you can get. And then also they have lifetime sharpening. So, I mean, that all that stuff costs something. Jared slices the cut proof material, all the shit, then returns it to Amazon and rates the product as 0 stars. Facts. Bullshit, it's cut proof. I think we proved that. If I can cut through it, maybe I'll do that. The funny thing is I bought it for that reason. Hey! BGW32 with the 10 bones, man. Thank you for introducing me to KIZER knives. Some of the best I've used. You ever review Boker knives? I have. I need to get more on the channel. My most recent one was, I think I have it right here. The Boker. This one is you can find it in the description, the KAVISO. So this is fat carbon fiber, purple fat carbon fiber. And it's on KAVISO. You can find it in my description. Very, very snappy. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot to say, this is the small one. They have the big one, too. So they have this exact same one in a bigger size. This is the mini. It's pretty compact. It's long, but the big one's a full-size knife. Well, let's cut it. I got to sharpen first. And I got to record it getting cut with a... And I got to record it, man. Otherwise, I won't get the video. The Magnum line is horrible. He's right. Okay. My last Boker was the Damascus and Titanium LRF. I don't know what that is. Nick Martino says, I just want a knife made out of 200-year-old Castlewood. That would be badass. That'd be pretty cool. I gotta say, that would be pretty cool. So, let's talk about, since we're talking edges, let's talk about what the most useful edge is for EDC. So, there's lots of arguments with this. Some people love polished edges. Some people love coarse edges. Some people love a medium grit edge. Some people like a tough edge. Some people like a super slicey edge. I want to hear your guys' opinion on what the best edge is for EDC. And then I'm going to give my opinion. And then we're going to go through some steels that do very well with the coarse edge and some steels that do very well with the polished edge, because I think some of this evolves around the steel a little bit. But I do think there's still an all-around answer, right? Flat grind 600 grit. There you go. I got 2 KIZERs and third on the way. They sure are stylish and come pretty sharp out of the box. I'm telling you, man, if you want to get a good one, this DOMIN, man, the KIZER DOMIN with the hollow ground sheepsfoot blade. We just measured it, 12 thousandths behind the edge. Whoo, it's super thin. Very thin hollow ground blade. So this is going to stay nice and thin. Guillotine action. Perfect detent. Deep carry clip that is reversible and adjustable too. You can adjust it. This is a banger. I like 600 to 800 grit with a 17-degree bevel. There you go. Exotic scales like mammoth bone are way cool. I agree. I seen a knife recently on oh damn it. No, I'm gonna brain fart. Oh man. Oh man, what's his channel? Oh, it's his name too. Now I'm being a dick. But he had a scale that was made out of meteorite. That's crazy. Man, why can't I think of his name? I feel so bad too. I know his name very, very well, and now I'm a dick. 1200 grit Veneve. Oh, the 1200 Veneve. That would be 5,000 grit. So 5,000 grit. My favorite is 600 grit. I learned that on YouTube from a guy who teaches sharpening every other Sunday. Oh my God, yes. Brand America. What? Brand new America. Brand new America. I like my EDC knives about 20 degrees. I use typically 600 to 800 grit, then strop. How are you going to ask what's best? I have it all. Convex, flat, hollow, Scandi. What grit is decided by the steel and HRC? There you go. That's a good answer. I like everything too, but I still think there's an all-around good answer. And I'm going to give my opinion. Anybody notice their 3V 80 20.5 being soft? When I sharpened it was muddy feeling and there was okay, so I have not heard that yet about their 3V. I had the same issue with their OS 10, but regardless, some people have said the 3V seems good. I would say sharpen it a couple times before you get an opinion. Get a couple edges on it first and then form an opinion. Don't get it off the first edge. It could be burnt. It could have been rushed out of the factory, you know. So just give it another edge first. Do you prefer any knives for a lefty? Do you prefer any knives for a lefty? Something probably with a button lock or an axis lock, I guess. I'm not a lefty, so I mean this thing works great for a lefty. It has a reversible deep carry clip. The action's amazing. I would say this is great for a lefty. KIZER DOMIN. I can sit here and flick it all day, lefty. So, all right. So, my opinion on EDC. Now, this is specifically for EDC, meaning versatile, right? Like, you know, if you're going to cut ropes, straps, plastic, cardboard, you're not specifically cutting one thing. You don't know what you're running into. You don't want it to be too fragile. You don't also want it to be slicey, right? You want to get the best edge retention. Now, I like 15 degrees per side on my own edges. That's what I like, right? But I don't think that that's the best to tell everybody, period. I would say, like some of you guys said, 17 degrees per side. And I would say 600 grit, like some of you guys said. Now, certain steels, and this is where we get into the weeds a little bit, right? Like I said, 600 grit, 17 degrees per side, I think is great. And if you really like it really slicey and you like a lot of sharpness, go to 15 degrees per side, 600 grit. Holy shit, sharp. Now, certain steels, and the reason why that 600 grit works so well is because every steel does good at 600 grit. 99.999%. Now, some steels do very well with a polish. Some steels, like, they hold a lot of bite. They stay super sticky. And I think that some of them perform even better than a medium grit edge for those steels for most tasks. Then some steels don't do well at all with a polished edge. They literally fall off. Like they might be really sharp right off the stone. As soon as you start using them, they get slick, or they're slick right off the stone. So they lean more towards a coarser edge. Steels like CPM 154, AEBL, D2, Maximet, a lot of tool steels. A lot of tool steels will go better, not all, but a lot will go more towards a toothier edge. Now, Some steels like 14C does really good with a polish. K390 does really good with a polish. Crewwear does good with a polish. K390 does good with both. It doesn't matter. Toothy, medium grit, polish, it loves it all. Same thing with crewwear, but crewwear holds a really good fine edge, so I think polished edge is the best for crewwear. I think a medium grit is just fine too, but I really like a polished edge on it. 20CV has the potential to do really good with a polished edge, but that's potential, not always. 4V does really good with a polished edge. And and a lot of other steels. But so, oh yeah, 5160. I mean, that does really good with a toothy edge, really good with a coarse edge. There's a lot of different steels, and a lot of different steels react differently to different grits. But for an all around, just like to throw something at the wall for most people, 17 degrees per side, 600 grit is a phenomenal edge. That is going to be the most versatile. But like I said, if you want to bring that high level of sharpness, lower the angle to 15 degrees, lose a little toughness, but your sliciness increases massively. So now we're going to talk about hair whittling. And we can also go into chisel edges and dual grit edges if you guys want to. But, before that, we're going to talk about what is the problem with extra coarse edges, right? So, hey, there he is. There's Justin. Shout out to OCD for EDC. Definitely go and follow his channel. Jared, we were just talking about this yesterday. Yes, we were. So what is for extra coarse edges? What's the problem with extra coarse edges? Is there a problem? Is there anything wrong with it? Like, why wouldn't everybody just want like the most coarsest edge? Wouldn't that be the best? It has the most teeth, right? It's the most aggressive. And as long as you're not just cutting or, shaving hair all day, wouldn't you want the most aggressive? It's going to cut straps and ropes the best, right? It's going to be able to cut through boxes the best, especially if you use sawing motions. And all that is mostly true. However, the problem with and I mean extra coarse, I'm talking about under 300 grit. Now, there is a way to make it really good, but the problem can be is that the teeth are so aggressive that some of them will break off and snag off and bend and twist, and it'll require a lot more stropping, a lot more honing and maintenance, and you'll get microchipping. Those teeth, some of them will break off, and then they're broken off, so you can't get them back without sharpening. So that's a microchip now. Now, in order to repair it, you'd have to do a micro bevel or hone it, right? So if you had a medium grit or say not an extra coarse, more like a coarse, your teeth might not be as big, but they'll still be very, very aggressive. So you'll still get the benefits of all the cutting performance without the negatives, right? So how can you get an extra coarse edge without having those issues? Well, one is off the stone, do a little bit of a stropping progression. If you do a little bit of a stropping progression, what it does is it takes the teeth at the edge from being so aggressive, and it kind of makes them just a little bit finer. Like instead of being like this, they'll be a little bit finer, a little bit tighter, because you'll basically knock off all the teeth that are going to be compromised, I guess, that are most likely going to fall off anyways. And it basically just refines the very big teeth at the very apex of the edge and makes them a little finer. And so that would just take you doing more stropping than you would normally do. I don't usually advocate for lots of stropping, fresh off the stone, 5-10 passes per side. That's it. But if you have an extra coarse edge, then you can fucking strop like crazy. As long as you're not lifting and rolling your edge, as long as you're not doing this across. Let me just grab an actual strop. As long as you're not doing this, watch how I'm going across the stone. I'm on focus. As long as you're not going like this and then lifting, don't do that. as long as you're holding your angle and you're actually keeping the angle across the strap, then you can go to town with strapping on an extra coarse edge. You're just going to refine it a little bit more without actually changing the grit, because it's too coarse for, say, 3 micron to really have much of an effect. It's just going to refine it a little tiny bit, but you're still going to keep that bite at the edge. Asshat, what's up? What's up, Mike? So shout out to Mike Emler. I don't think are you going live after this, Mike? Mike Emler's got a YouTube channel himself. He's also another knife guy. You can follow his channel, Mike Emler Crazy Sharp. I'm not sure if he's going live after this or not. No, he's not. Okay, he's not going live, but you can go to his channel right now, and I guarantee you'll find some awesome videos to watch. Ian, M390 is great. It is 2022's S35 now with all the new stuff. Ain't that the truth? So next thing, the dual grit edges. Let's talk about that a little bit. So first we'll talk about what that is, and then we're going to talk about them. So a lot of you guys might not know what a dual grit edge is. Some of you guys do, because some of you guys have seen the videos. So I have recently done a few of them myself and kind of tested them out a little bit. So a dual grit edge is just where you put a coarse edge on one side and a polished edge on the other side, or whatever grit on one side and a different grit on the other side. Now, there's also such thing as a dual angle edge, which I actually like a lot, is where you do a small bevel on one side. So like, say, 22 degrees on this side and 15 degrees on this side. It's similar to how a chisel grind would be, or chisel edge, but it's not, because you actually have two edge bevels. One's just smaller than the other. Now, I've actually gotten really good performance out of that. Especially if you have a knife that's thick behind the edge, like it's a robust knife, and you put a super low angle on one side and then a high angle on the other side, it increases the cutting performance massively. And I've noticed that it actually can hold an edge for a really long time. Now, I didn't do a controlled test, so I don't want to. It felt as if it held a longer edge than it should have. I can't prove that because I didn't do a controlled test, but it held it long enough. I mean, really, really good. Now, if anyone's interested, I posted a huge knife sale a few minutes ago. Awesome. Why didn't you say that at the end of my video, dick? No, I'm just joking. So if anybody's interested, go and check out OCD for EDC. Oh, there goes everybody. Everybody just left. It's just me here now. Go check out that knife sale from OCD for EDC. You guys don't want to miss any of them, because I'm sure they will go fast. He'll ignore everyone but anyone but Kara. What happened? What'd you guys say? Did you guys say something that I didn't see? If you don't want to be ignored, just drop a super chat. Okay, what am I missing? What am I missing? I just did a super fine, almost polished stone wash on the titanium scales for one of my Ferrum Forge knives. I bought that one Ferrum Forge that you posted. No, it's not. Remember, guys, I don't see very well, and the chat, I can't read it until I scoot in like this, and I feel stupid telling you guys stuff and sitting up here. Jared, you know any... Let me just start reading it from here. Jared, you know anyone who's into airsoft? No. You have I have family in the chat. Who's in the chat? Who's in the chat? Oh, my sister's in the chat. What's up, sis? They can just jump over here. Jump over there real quick and be right back. Yep, there you go. So you guys, if you guys don't want to miss that knife sale, get over there right now. I'll still be here. And shout out to my sister Erica. Where is Miss Lisa tonight? I don't know where my mom is. She's not in here, though. Unless if she has jumped in and she just hasn't said anything. Justin does have killer knives. Yes, he does. Maybe we should all just go watch it. I should just click on it real quick, fast forward through all the knives. That's how we should do it, right? Just do it right now. Ruin it for them. There goes all them views. No, I'm just joking. I'm not going to do that to you. Lose out on 125 views in 10 seconds. Open tab. Oh, yeah, there you guys go. There's the link for the knife sale. Now, the dual grit edges. So, if you guys don't know, the dual grit edges supposedly they have the potential to increase edge retention by like 3 times. So, if a knife, and that's the potential, right? So, some steels might not increase that much, but with a dual grit edge, tests have shown them like steels that get like 300 feet of cutting before they start needing maintenance can get up to like 1,000 feet, like crazy amounts of edge retention. So and I don't know, I've tried a couple of them, all right, with very, very good results, but I don't know because I haven't obviously tested it on every steel and different heat treats and things like that. There might be some steels that it doesn't work that great on and some steels that it works really good on. I'm imagining possibly tool steels that might do really good on. But I don't know. I don't want to make that statement. But I do know, though, that dual grit edges do maximize your edge retention. Now, if you're wanting, say, a one-and-done knife or, say, a knife that you don't want to have to do a lot of maintenance on, you want to make sure it keeps its edge for as long as possible, which we usually want, you can do a dual grit edge. If you're only doing cutting performances and you're not hitting anything with your edge, like staples, rocks, and things like that, you could do it at a low angle, dual grit edge. So say 400 grit on one side and say 3,000 grit on another side, right? Polished, toothy. You will wind up getting probably the most edge retention that steel and that knife is possible to get. Now, stropping it and maintaining it, if you did that, you could probably get like an obscene amount of cutting out of that steel and that knife, like a ridiculous amount. Depending on how much you use your knife, you might not have to sharpen it for years, as long as you're only cutting regular stuff, straps, rope, cardboard, shit like that. Now, obviously, every steel eventually needs to be sharpened. So if you're using it every day, all day for stuff like that, yeah, you're going to have to sharpen it still pretty often. But if it's a knife where you just take it out of your pocket once a day and you open up a package, that fucker might last you a couple years without going dull. I don't like to brag, but I got a killer ass. Just saying. Everyone told Sam not to sing, but Sam sung anyways. That's a good one. That's a good one. We got the dad jokes in here. You can't keep a good dog off your leg. Hey, Mike Emler with the 5 bones. Check your text messages so you can show everyone I sent you before and after. All right. Let's check it right now. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, you want me to show them? I'll show them. So, here's the before. Let me get Mike's thing. Thank you for the donation, by the way, Mike. You can see the stonewash. And then here is the after. Ooh, that does look nice and smooth. Oh. Looks great, man. It's almost like a really, really, really fine stonewash. That's what it looks like. Got a tattoo of an Italian flag on it too. On your ass. Tattoo of a flag on the ass. All right, since there's enough of you guys, how many's in here? And since we are pretty far into the show, maybe we should check something out really quick. You guys want to see something? All right, let's check this thing out. All right, so you guys are still going to want to see the video on it because I have 2 knives that will be in the video, okay? So this is not the only knife that'll be in the video, but in the video, we're going to do some ninja shit. We're going to do some cutting with it. So we have a Quachetti. Ooh, 154 cm. G10 stacked handle. And you're just putting it in my hand right now, man. Like everything's at risk. Everything. My lights everywhere. Like I am so lucky like that there's not just slices everywhere because like I just want to start fucking twirling it in my hand, swinging it around. I already checked the backwards grip. I don't know why. Why would I do it like this? I don't know, but it feels fucking badass. So, but I already got in. Oh yeah, and you can get a 2-hand grip on it, even though it's not that, it's not that big. Where's my tape? I thought my tape was right here. Damn it. All right, I'm just gonna guess. It's probably 12 inches, I'm gonna guess. No, I didn't mean 12 inches. I meant 15 inches. Because this is 7. No, it's gotta be under 14. That's 7. Yeah, 12. I mean, that seems like it's maybe like 12 inches, I guess. Maybe 13. It's under 14 inches though, from right here. Anyways, I just want to fucking cut something. And this is the Hoback Quaken. Yes, it's made overseas. 154 cm, full tang. And just straight badassery. The thickness of it, man, I just want to start cutting shit. It does have a Tonto, somewhat of a Japanese style Tonto. I think it was 25 thousandths behind the edge. I think that's what it was, 20 to 25. 23. I think I measured it earlier and it was 25. So like 23 thousandths behind the edge. It came with a nice sharp edge too. We got some watermelons, some pineapples that we are going to cut the fuck up. But you guys are going to have to wait for that video. It is coming soon. I've already videotaped everything. All I got to do is the cutting and the outro. And then we will be posting it. I do have one other knife that's going to be in this video as well. So that was the Quachetti. This is where Jared slices his hand open. This is where Jared winds up slicing all his fucking studio stuff. Like, my lights are coming down. These all have covers. You guys can't see them, but if I turn this, these are covers. Right? I have 3 of them right here. Like, all of them are at risk. Everything's at risk right now. The bull, what was his name? Carol, what's the bull's name? Berthaniel or something like that? Does one of you guys remember the bull's name? He's at risk for sure. 154 CM is way better than CPM 154. I agree, man. I personally don't like CPM 154. I just don't like the types of edges it takes. Now, yes, it is tougher, right? It's finer grained, but I think that's its downfall. So CPM 154, I guess you could say maybe in this it might be better, but personally, I mean, you could go around, excuse me, chopping branches and stuff, but this isn't really for chopping branches. This is for different kinds of limbs, if you guys know what I mean. Could it chop tree limbs? Yeah, but it's not something like a chopper. So like maybe CPM 154 would be better for a chopper or a hatchet or something like that. Maybe for kitchen knives. But when it comes to folding knives, pocket knives, and anything you want high levels of sharpness and everything, and I'm not saying CPM 154 doesn't get sharp. It's just the grain structure is different on it. You want it at a coarser grit, like I said earlier, coarser edges do better with it. And 154 CM, in my opinion, just takes a better edge. It just does. CPM 154 polishes so easily that when you go to polish it, before you even get to a polish, it's slick, super slick. Like at 1200 grit, when you would think that it's going to have a lot of bite, it's slick as snot. That's what I see. Now, 154 CM would be super sharp at that grit. I personally don't like to go over 1000 grit with 154 CM, but it's still capable. Yes, eventually 154 CM does the same thing with high polishes and stuff, but it can at least do it, you know, and then when you start cutting with it, it gets slick. CPM 154, it doesn't even want to take a polish. I mean, it'll take a polish because it polishes so easily that it loses all the bite. That's what I'm trying to say. Neevesknives. Okay. What? Illuminate to me why the positioning of CPM in the steel name affects the steel's characteristics. So it's a powdered version. That's what it does. So it basically a finer grained. So what they do is they make the steel. The steel's done in powder form, so its grain structure is finer. That's what it is, and that's also why it's tougher, and the edge retention does go up a little bit. Like D2 and CPM D2. CPM D2 would be the powder form of D2. Now, that would be a tougher version, and it does have, I think it's like 7%. It might not quite be 7%, but it's right around there where the edge, how much the edge retention goes up. So in order for a steel supposedly to like become a different steel, it has to, I think, increase by 10% or something like that. I don't quote me on those numbers. I'm thinking of a long time ago when I heard this. But I think it's like 10%. So like when they do say S45 VN versus S35 VN, right? Like there's no reason to do S45 VN if they're not going to get, you know, at least like 10% better performance out of it. But I think CPM D2, the powder form, gets like 7% better edge retention, or has the potential to. I don't know if that's true or not. I never tested that theory. But it does definitely have a little bit more edge retention and better toughness because it's finer grained structure. Now, in some steels, not all, because some increase. Some of them get better. Some of them, there's some powdered form steels that I love. Like even like 20 CV, that's a powdered steel. I love it, you know, as long as it's heat treated right. But some steels, in my opinion, it can be detrimental when you're talking about certain characteristics in steels that you like. Like if you like how, say, the steel takes an edge and stuff like that, you might not like it if it gets slick over certain grits. $14C and DC53 are king. DC53, I do still, I think I have one other knife in it right now, but I don't like the knife. So I haven't really, I mean, I sharpened it and everything, but I don't like the knife, so I wouldn't carry it. But yeah, when I tested that one, man, I loved it. I thought it sharpened up great. I was kind of disappointed in Outpost 76's results, even though it still got good edge retention. It wasn't like it got bad edge retention or anything. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to, I'm not trying to say anything negative, but I personally thought I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. And I thought, and I think I even said that in the video, that it was like surprisingly good. Like I was surprised the level of sharpness it got to. Like it gets extremely sharp and extremely easily. Now, if you can have a steel that gets sharp easily and it's still and it holds an edge really good, that's awesome. Kind of like 14C. 14C holds a great edge, but it's super easy to sharpen. Now some steels, they hold their edge for a very long time, but they take a lot longer to sharpen, you know. My sister's talking to me. Your nieces say hi, Uncle Jared. Tell them I said hi. Not try DC53, but love some 14C. The DC53 is good. I don't know if they're going to continue doing it or not. Blow them a kiss for me, Erica. Yeah, ARRPM 9 is pretty good too. I definitely have grown to like it more and more and more. The more I've had it, the longer I've had it, the more I've tested it. I think that they have perfected it in a way that it's a great steel. It really is. It's a tough steel. It holds a good edge. It's easy to sharpen. And the beauty of it, man, is its stroppability. That stuff, it's crazy how much or how many times you can get it to come back over and over and over on a strop, and the level of dullness you can get it to come back. Like it can be damn near unsavable, and you can strop it back to great, to where you can get another few days out of it or a week, or just depending on how much you cut. But when other steels, if they were that dull, there's no way they're stropping back. But that stuff it's probably the most responsive steel I've ever seen to a strop. Is that ARRPM9. It is that responsive. It's crazy. Now, I haven't put that into any controlled tests or anything, but it's at the very least it strops back great. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. My camera got unplugged. So let's go to scent of the day. You guys ready for scent of the day? Because I got a fucking good one. I got a banger tonight, guys. A banger. Now, today's scent of the day. Now, you guys remember. Let me see if you guys remember. Maybe you guys do. Maybe you guys don't. Probably one of, if not, it's at least the top, and it's in probably the top 5 of most people's men's colognes is Dior Sauvage, specifically the Eau de Parfum or whatever, right? The Eau de Parfum, I think that's what it is, right? Yeah, Eau de Parfum. It's really good. It's amazing. Now, this is Dior Sauvage Elixir. I have it linked down in the description. The problem with it is it is fucking expensive. Oh yeah, here's the bottle. Comes in like a little thing. Pop it out. Magnetic top. Now, this stuff, I should read the mixture what's in it. I actually called out one of the things that was in it, and I was surprised that it was actually in it. Now, I'm going to explain what this smells like. It's so good, man. It's so good. It's very masculine. So I would say the Parfum is going to be overall better for a bigger amount of people, I think. Because this one's definitely a bit more masculine. So imagine this. Just imagine this. Let's go into a dream world real quick. You take a cup and pour a cup of grape juice. Okay? You pour a cup of grape juice. Then you take out some black pepper and take the top off and pour the whole fucking bottle in a glass of grape juice. Stir it up, and then take a tiny, 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 tiny pinch of cinnamon and sprinkle it in there. That's what this smells like. Now, when you first spray it, the black pepper is what hits you. And you might think like, oh, I don't know about that because, you know, it's black pepper. Within 3 to 5 minutes, the black pepper dies down just a little tiny bit and it balances out. And then the grapefruit comes out. Now, it has a bunch of other things in it, but I'm just saying like those 3 things that I just named is what you smell. There is a bunch of other things in there, though. Maybe I should just look them up really quick. But damn it, it's good. Like I said, it's clean, yet very masculine with the pepper and the spice in it. It's definitely heavy on the spice, but then it has that grapefruit underneath it that kind of sweetens it up just a little bit, and it makes it where it's like I said, ultra masculine, really good, still a clean scent, fresh scent. I've only seen one girl that didn't like it, that like sniffed it, and she was probably like, I don't know, she was a young girl, and the woman that asked her to smell it, like it's her favorite. So like that's why she asked her to smell it, and the girl didn't like it. But like I said, she was really young, and that's why I say that, you know, I think that same girl would really love the regular Dior Sauvage Parfume. But this one, I think, like I've watched, I don't know how many, but I seen 3 girls in one sitting. They all picked it as 10 out of 10. Like that's what they said. They said like they absolutely love this on their men. 10 out of 10. And then I've seen a bunch of other reviewers and stuff love it. Like more people. Like I said, I've only seen one person dislike it. Everybody else loved it, especially the gals. And like I said, I think the one thing that'll throw you off right at first, if anything, is just the spice. But then, like I said, it dies down and then it gets sweet. But damn it, is it good. It's really fucking good. I highly recommend it. Now, the price is what's going to kill you. This bottle's like $170. It's not cheap. Now you might be able to find it like the sample sizes. I couldn't link any where you can get it a lot more affordably. These ones though, you can get these ones really cheap. Not this, I'm talking about like a full bottle of the Dior Sauvage, of the regular Sauvage, a lot cheaper, which I do think will be a little bit probably more popular, I should say, because it's sweeter. It's not as, it's still masculine as fuck, but it's not it's, how can I say, it's more of a cleaner, fresher scent, when this one is still a clean, fresh scent, but on a more masculine side because of the spice and pepper. But it's not spicy in the way that like winter fragrances are, but it's definitely a fragrance you can wear all year round. Summer, winter, spring, doesn't matter. This one will work. That is the beauty of it. Same thing with the Dior Sauvage, the Parfume. Anyways, it's cheaper to buy the big bottle over time. Yes, for sure. For sure. That's why I sometimes will buy the tester just to try it, but if I like it, I don't continue buying the testers. I'll buy the big bottle because it just, yeah, of course. And I recommend, like, if you find something you like, man, and you really, really like it, like, especially after I do my full video, when I do my video of the top 5 or top 7 men's fragrances, any of those, in my opinion, are going to be a 10 out of 10. Like they're great. And this is definitely one that I consider great. Now, one thing I really like is if you get yourself a little collection of smell senses, like, you know, let's just say 5, right? If you get 5 good fragrances, you can mix them up a little bit. Like I noticed, I've taken this one and then a sweeter fragrance, and like I'll spray like the sweeter fragrance, or vice versa. Pop on the spicier sweet fragrance with a little bit more sweetness, and like you almost like make your own fragrance. And holy cow, like you can get so many compliments with it. Like you just can't mix the wrong two, you know. But you know, like once you spray it together, you take one spray of one spray of another, and then smell it, you'll know right away if you like it or not. It would be much a better scent if you mixed in a little hotel curtain in there. That is true. That is true. Especially if you push the beds together or real tight, like. No gaps. No gaps in between the beds. I'm getting there. I see it. Chuck it with the two bones. How the fuck did you come up with that analogy? That's what it smells like. Like, you know, it kind of has, I'll be honest, it kind of is broken. No, where'd it go? It kind of has a little bit. Now, don't think that this is exactly what it smells like, but a kind of a Dr. Pepper smell. A tiny bit. I'm not saying it smells like Dr. Pepper, but it has almost like a Dr. Pepper root beerish smell to it. But yes, I'm telling you, like, I put it this way. I said that before I ever looked at the makeup of it. I said that. I said pepper, grape juice. I said grape juice, a half a bottle of pepper, a full bottle of pepper, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. And then I went and looked at the makeup. And you know what was in there? Fucking grapefruit. And then a few things that make up spices. So I was right. Now, yes, there was a bunch of other shit too, but you know, the fact that I called that out, obviously that's, you know, that's what I was smelling. Thank you for the donation, by the way, man. I appreciate it. He loves the tight talk. Have you smelled Versace Dylan Blue? Man, you don't come to my lives enough. Yes, Versace Dylan Blue is one we did a couple weeks ago, and possibly my favorite of all. I'm not saying it's my favorite yet because I'm like testing all these out, but I'm doing a video that's going to be specifically on men's fragrances after I've tested about 50 or so fragrances. Maybe a little bit less. I'm not saying I'll get to 50, but I want to test a large amount of the best, like all the recommendations from all the channels and girls and men's channels and all this stuff. And then when I test the best, I'm going to say what I think the top 5 are, top 5, top 7. I'm pretty much ready for it, to be honest. I have a couple more fragrances coming in. Once they show up, I'm going to do the video. So the video is coming soon. But yeah, the Versace Dylan Blue, one of my favorites. I love Versace Dylan Blue. And it has that, what I like to say, how I say Versace Dylan Blue is, it's like black cherry with spices. That's almost what it's like to me. The top note, I know it's a patchouli, cardamom, and grapefruit. I think it is grapefruit. Am I right about that? But it has a black cherryness to it, the top note, and then with the spices from the cardamom. Oh my god, it's good. It's so good. Like I said, it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite right now. I've been using it a little while now. I love it. I get compliments all the time. Which one? Carolina Panther fan. Which one? Carolina Panther fan. I'm trying to find them. Carolina, which one are you talking about, man? I'm curious now. They change formulas as time goes on. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. But I tried getting the YSL. Oh wait, was it the O Electric? No, Blue Electric. I think that was it. One of those, and I wound up getting the Eros not Eros. What am I saying? I wound up getting the O Electric instead of the Blue Electric, and then I got this other one that I actually showed last live, and I'm glad I got it. That one was really good, and that was by YSL. But I'm curious what fragrance Caroline was talking about. Jared just dropped it and spilled $170 all over the floor, right? But it smells fucking good in here, though. What I do with these small bottles sometimes, though, is what you can do is you pop it out like that, like you're putting your lipstick on. Pop that off. You can take this off. And if you have a big bottle of it, you can spray it right in there, and then you can fill it up. All it takes is like, that's how I know how little these have. This is probably 10 sprays right there. That's it, if not less. But then what you do is you can take these and you just take the sticker off and know what it is, and you can travel with them, throw them in your EDC bags. These are all things I recommend. Getting one of these little guys, if not a few of them. I think I have 4 or 5 of these, and they're so usable. You know, like I said, I can carry 1 or 2 in my bag if I'm going on a trip or doing whatever, and I got my shit with me. I'm smelling good. That's a damn deep sniff. Go to a spice market and make your own. Yeah, but that's if you like spice. So, like, I'm honestly not a huge spice person. I'm really not. Like, I have, I never did it, but I got Spice Bomb. I have it. People also asked me to test that one. I did test it. I do have it. Now, I'm not saying that fragrance is bad. I just think it's more for colder weather. I don't think it's good for summer weather. I think it's too much spice. Now, don't get me wrong. This is spice, but it's pepper. It's different. It's like cardamom and pepper. So the other one, it's more of like a big red, you know, which I like too. I like that too. But it has to have other stuff in it. It can't just be all spice. There has to be some fruit notes in it for me personally. Now, if you can add in a clean scent where it smells clean, fresh, maybe a hint of sweetness, you know, a hint of fruitiness, sweetness, and a little bit of spice, I love it. Especially if it's from cardamom. I found out that I really like cardamom. But I have some that have no spice in it, and I fucking love them. Like that juicy one I did the other day, or, you know, what was it? Was it the last live? That juicy one? Holy cow. That one makes your mouth water. I'm not joking. That stuff literally makes your mouth water. Like right now, if I went and got it and took a whiff of it, my mouth would start watering. It smells that juicy. Who wants to be Jared? Walks up to a stranger on the street going, "Hey, sniff me. What do you think?" No, what I do is I just get real close to them and wait for them to give me a compliment. I don't say nothing at all. I just stand there looking around. You know, if they don't smell me yet, I get a little closer. and then finally when they're like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, yeah, what's up? What's up?" That smells pretty good. Really? You like it, huh? It smells good? Thank you. I appreciate it. And I check it on the list. Compliment. Sometimes the way you can get like 5 compliments in one, get yourself into an elevator with like 5 people. 5 compliments in one shot. Do you stick your chest out? Yeah, I do it just like that. I want them to get the whiff. You know. What's up, Alice? Lord Jared, consular of the finest scents. The finest in all the land. I've been using the Dior Sauvage Elixir, Jared. I seriously get compliments almost every time I wear it. Now, see, I was hoping you were talking about that. I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to sit there and rave about it. See, guys, I'm telling you, yes, the Elixir is very, very good. And I'm not surprised you get compliments all the time. I was wearing it earlier. I got a compliment. It is that good. It is really good. Like I said, though, I don't think it's going to be one for boys. I don't think it's for boys. I think boys, you should definitely stick to and I'm not saying that the Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum isn't for men. I'm just saying that I think that boys, younger men would appreciate the Dior Sauvage PARFUME more than the Elixir. But if you're a man, both of those are really good. The Elixir adds a little bit more masculinity to it with the black pepper. But it's still, like I said, it still has its sweetness to it that's really, really good. I have a little thing here that I sprayed hours ago. I don't even know where it's at now. Oh, here it is. And like I said, the sweetness really comes out towards the end. Or not towards the end, but after a little while. Girls like a scent on a man. That's facts. That's facts. They definitely don't want a stinky fucker. Anytime I hear somebody in the comments, somebody complaining about me doing these, you're just raising your hand, you know, basically with a shirt on your chest that says I stink. So don't do it. But no, in all seriousness though, yeah, people do appreciate somebody who smells good, you know. I think that goes for everybody. Like I said before, you know, like if you're at a job interview, right? The guy who, and I'm not saying be exhausting, right? You don't want to power, you know, blow everybody out of the room, you know, but if you have a good scent, it usually doesn't matter how powerful it is, it's going to smell good. If it smells good, it smells good, right? Usually a good scent doesn't suddenly turn into smelling like shit just because it's a little more powerful. But you know, people can appreciate that. You know, you stand out a little bit more. You're the guy who gets the job. You know, you're the guy who gets picked on the date. You're the guy who gets remembered. However, whatever scenario you want to put it in your head, you wind up being that. You know, fragrance can do a lot. Neevesknives, will WD-40 give you black when flaming anodizing? Yeah, you have to do it layers though. Not just once. So you have to spray it, cook it, spray it, cook it, spray it, cook it, spray it, cook it. You have to do it, I don't know, like a lot. So expect to do probably 10 layers or so. I wash my balls in Raid Roach Spray. That's good shit there. That's good shit. With or without the roaches. Oh, shit. A classic for me, though, is Tommy Hilfiger. That used to be my shit. I used to love Tommy Hilfiger. You know what? And because a lot of people don't realize that, like, between men and women's fragrances, there's really no difference. The only difference is fragrances go lean towards a more feminine and a more masculine, right? Then there's everything in the middle. Now, the stuff in the middle can go vice versa. Some stuff, like a girl could wear the same fragrance as a man, but the man's pheromones will make it smell manly, and a girl will make it smell more feminine. Anyways, I used to wear, or used to like, between the Adidas, the girls' Adidas more than the guys. They both smelled okay, but the guys, for some reason, I just didn't think it smelled that. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't like great. But the girls' one smelled fucking awesome. And when I would wear that, like, I got tons of compliments. But yeah, the Tommy Hilfiger, that was my shit back in the day. Very good stuff. Another one, like, that I recommend, especially if you're on a budget, is Nautica Voyage. Nautica Voyage, it's like a cucumbery, watery, sweet, clean scent. It's one of the best fragrances for the summer. It's my all-time most complimented fragrance ever. That is because I wore it the longest out of any fragrance, but I wore it because I got so many damn fucking compliments. I literally wore it and always got a new bottle because I could not run out of compliments, not comments, compliments. OCD says, I have a video on how to turn titanium black. There is better stuff to use than WD-40. The hotter the torch, the better. There you go. Go watch OCD for EDC's video on how to do it. I'm not sure what his video name is, but you definitely want to watch that. Story time. Oh, yes, we are at story time, ain't we? All right, story time. What did we write down? Sometimes I write down a story and I'm like, man, I shouldn't tell that story. You shouldn't do it, man. Story time about Maurice's nut roaches. What's up, motherfuckers? What's up, Spanky? That's why they call them cockroaches. Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, Nautica Voyage is on hit. Yes, yes, the Nautica Voyage is great. It is. It's great. And it's so affordable. Back in the day, it wasn't as affordable. Now you can get it super cheap for a big bottle, too, that'll last you a long time. But yeah, I've probably, over my time, like from the first time I bought it, I couldn't tell you how many bottles of that I've went through. It's one of the best summer fragrances. When it's hot out, it really brings the sweetness out of it, and it's already like a cucumbery smell. It's very watery cucumber smell that's sweet. It's really it's like a shower gel smell. Like kind of like what you would think of from a good smelling men's deodorant or a good smelling shower gel. That's what it smells like. But obviously not exactly like that, but it has that sweet, fresh smell like that. It's so good. All right, story time. Now, I wrote down a couple different stories because I do that just in case if I decide not to tell the story I originally was going to tell. So this is a story about I was living somewhere, and I was on bad times, real hard times, extra hard times. Well, I wound up getting a car. Yeah, well, I had a truck, and something happened to it. I can't remember what happened to it, but something happened to it, and I wound up getting another car. The truck was still fine though. I just had to fix something on it, and where I was living, they would it was like a village basically. So they would chuck plates and make sure they were up to date and things like that. Because the tow places come by and they make money off of fucking grabbing your shit. So I had this car and the plates went bad on it, and I couldn't afford at the time. I couldn't afford to get new plates or anything like that, and it was like really, really hard times. And so I took the plates off of so I did a few different things, to be honest. I made a fake plate, literally made a fake plate, and put it on the car. That worked for a little while, but I didn't want to get caught with an actual fake plate that was handmade. So I wound up taking the plate off of my truck, and I got a fake sticker, or not a fake sticker, but I tore a sticker off, and put a sticker on it, right? And glued it or whatever, Now, obviously, the plate doesn't go to the vehicle that I'm driving now, but it got me by, right? It get me by from getting rolled or getting it towed out of the place I was living. So I think at the time, like I was obviously on bad times and hard times, and needed to make some money, right? So I'm doing odd jobs and like different shit, and I'm like doing like scrapping and stuff like that, anything to make a buck, anything. So I go to these like junkyards and places like that, and find scrap and shit. Like if you had something laying out, I'd grab that shit. I was making, I'd make decent money off of it too. And then, there was probably a lot of theft involved as well. Anything to make a dollar. At the time, right? At the time, remember, I was on hard times, and I wasn't a very good citizen either. So I see this place I'm in the hood right now, right? Like the middle of the hood of the hood, and it's right before the sun comes up. I'm going around now. I'm like finding stuff, and I find this like scrapyard. Right? It's not a scrapyard. It's more like it's a kind of a scrapyard, but it's like a car place that has junk cars and shit like that. And like that's like a hot spot, man. You can find all kinds of good shit there, because like batteries go for like for the big ones you can get like $20 a pop. For the real big ones, even more than that. At least at the time. And car parts and shit like that. Well, there's like this there's this main road and this the side road that goes behind the place. Well, I had the car like backed up right there, and I'm like in the middle of this fence grabbing this shit, loading this thing up. And then bam, here comes a fucking cop. And the cop comes up, and obviously I'm guilty as charged. I'm the bad guy in the scene. He comes up and starts, messing with me or whatever, right? And he didn't see me do anything. So he really didn't see me do anything. So he didn't have anything on me. But he wanted to check the plates. All right. And it's like, damn it. It's like I could have just walked away free and clear because he didn't see anything. And, he thought he seen something, but then he realized he really didn't, even though I got like if you really look hard, you're going to find something. I'm sure I got shit on me. Well, he looks at my plates and he runs the plates and he comes back and he what does he do? He starts to arrest me or whatever, right? And I talked to him like, listen, man, I just got this car yesterday. Like, I just bought this fucking car. I just got it. And I'm like, I didn't know the plates were bad. The guy sold it to me. I bought it yesterday. I think I was even riding around. Oh yeah, I was. I was riding around with a fake note too. Like a sales note. That's also what I was doing. I forgot to mention that part of the story. I wrote a fake note and would keep it in the glove compartment and I would just keep making it, like a new date. So he runs the plates, sees that it's for a truck and stuff like that. And the truck wasn't in my name, by the way. So anyways, hey, Freedom Fox with the 20 bones, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, no. I'm sorry. The truck that I took off, I wound up getting a new set of plates. I'm sorry. I wound up going, man, I left this part out. I had originally the truck plates, my truck plates. I wound up grabbing a new set of plates that I took from a used car lot or something like that. It was cars that had been wrecked that were in for insurance claims. I stole one of their plates. Anyways, so now, thank you for the donation, Freedom Fox. So that's the plates I had on there. And I told him I just bought this car. And the reason why I did it from there, because I knew that those plates wouldn't come up stolen because they're going to scrap or junk or something. I at least have a week with them, right? Like I probably don't have long, but I at least have a week with them. They're at a place where the cars are going to sit there for who knows how long outside before they ever get brought into the building. And I don't know, whatever they do with them. So, and I started pleading to him like, listen, man, like I'm scraping by. I cannot afford to get my car towed right now. Please don't tow it. Like all I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to get by. I'm just trying to find work, this and that. And, and he's starting to feel a little sentimental. And yeah, I'm probably playing it off. I need to get free. I definitely can't get locked up right now. And I definitely can't get my car towed. As bad as I was being, you're still on a desperate point, and I couldn't get locked up. Like it was a desperate situation. So he tells me, he's like, listen, he's like, I'm not going to tow you right now. He's like, and you should be very thankful. He's like, because I should. He's like, but what I'm going to do, he's like, I'm going to pull out of here. And he's like, I better not see you again. Now, the thing was, and listen, I felt very, very grateful. The thing was that I had to get to the place that was the direction he was going, right? And I knew I had a window, because he was being cool, that he didn't want to see me again, right? But I had a window because if he sees me right now, he's not going to get mad. So what I did was I was like, okay, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm just going to get out of here. I'm going to go home, whatever. Park the car. I had to turn towards him, the way he was going, because the place I needed to go to was that way. But I did. I just pulled off with him and followed him, which I didn't think he would like. And I'm only saying that part of the story because you would think you'd turn the opposite way, right? And, you know, the other times when that's happened to me with cops, I've always turned the opposite way. If they turn this way, no problem. You won't see me ever again. Turn the other way. This time, I couldn't do that. I had to turn the way he was going and follow him. So not only did he just let me go and tell me he could never see, or don't let me see you again, I had to follow him for the next 10 minutes. Uh, but I know that's not that great of a story. But at the time, though, when you know, like, you know, you've already got shit going on and you're addicted and you can't get locked up. Like I couldn't get locked up because like I was like, this is the thing, like I was probably dope sick. Like on a next level of dope sickness. And if I got locked up, like, it's so bad getting locked up sick, man. So besides that, then getting your only vehicle towed to, and you think, well, then just don't do that shit. And it's like that's easy to say, right? But when you like now, like of course, like you know, I don't fuck around now, but at the time, you know, when you're really, really desperate like that, man, you're gonna do anything and everything it takes to make money, to get to work, to do whatever. Time to paint that truck. Time to paint that truck. That one was a car, though. That one was a car. I did wind up selling the truck. I wound up selling the truck, fixing it and selling the truck. The car eventually wound up getting towed because fucking plates. Oh man, it wound up getting to the point to where I couldn't get enough plates to you know, because you know, eventually, like, you can't keep like driving around. I wound up parking the car and not driving it no more because I didn't want to get caught. So it wound up getting to the point to where I wasn't willing to get caught, you know, and then desperate times would come, you know, with desperate things, but I wouldn't just sit there and drive around because I knew it was illegal. I knew it was bad. And I knew, like, if I get caught, like, I'm not just like a regular guy. If I get caught, like, you know, I've already got a record. So if I get caught, I'm fucked. So, but it wound up getting to that point to where I wasn't replacing the plates no more. I wasn't even like trying to, and they wound up seeing the plates were bad, and they fucking came and towed it. And I said, "Fuck that thing, keep it." I've had so many cars, man, so many. Thank you, Freedom Fox. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Z-Bard. Knives 101 says the way you have turned your life around and are such a great person now and a huge success is so incredibly inspiring. Great job, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do. I do appreciate that because I do work hard, and I advocate for greatness. I really do. Like, I don't advocate for anything I've done. I know the horrible things I've done, and I know the type of person I was, and I also know and look back at how I got there, you know, and the shitty decisions and the things I did. Like, and that's why I always advocate for just being great and working hard and making the right decisions, because there is the snowball effect, you know. You continue to make bad decisions, it might not kick you in the ass today, but it's gonna later. And one decision always leads to another one, and a bad one, a bad one, a bad one, and there's eventually you're covered in shit, and there's no way to get out. So the opposite thing happens with good. The opposite thing, you know, like if you're only doing good things, good behaviors, and staying on your shit and not letting anything take you off of your grind, then you have no choice but to be successful. But you have to think like that. You have to get yourself into a winner mindset of not failing, of not giving up, of not being weak, of just, you know, working hard and hustling, and you know, and constantly like I like to listen to like inspirational stuff and certain music and certain videos like that I really listen to and strive to be better and better and better and better. And I think anybody can do that. but you have to really, really want it. You have to just taste it. Like that's all you do is taste it, of just wanting to be more successful, better. And you can look at it with anything in life, whether it's health wise, physical or mental health, or work wise or anything, and you work hard enough at it, you're going to get to where you want. You're going to do what you want, but you have to be willing to fucking grind, and appreciate the hard work. I think that is one part that people, and I've always appreciated that, by the way, since I was a kid. Like I've been on the job site since I was a kid, working hard, and I'm blessed that I had that. Like sometimes, like Carol told me, like that's way too young to have a kid on the job site, right? And it's like, yeah, maybe, all right, maybe. The chair's squeaking. Maybe, but it also instilled such hard work ethics in me that I appreciate hard work. And when you appreciate the work, then it's easy to succeed, right? When you appreciate the hard work and you enjoy and love the hard work. Like a lot of people look at the hard work as the bad part. They just want to get to the end, right? Like everybody just wants to get to the goal. Like say if you want 6-pack abs, right? Everybody wants 6-pack abs, right? But nobody likes doing the work for the 6-pack abs. But if you love the work and you enjoy the work, the 6-pack abs are coming no matter what. Same thing with anything else, anything. So if you enjoy it and you grind and you love the grind and you enjoy the hard work and, you let that really just like inspire you and, fire you up, then you're unstoppable. There's nothing that can stop you, but you got to get to that point. You got to get to that point to where, and sometimes maybe anger can fuel it, desperation, lots of things can fuel it, but you got to find what works for you that can fuel it. And if you can find that fuel, put that fuel on the fire, fuck, man, you can do anything. But you just got to be willing to put the foot on the pedal, wake up early, go to bed early, do all the things that it takes to do it. Oh man, that's awesome, Zach. Good for you, man. I think I'm about to be 7 years or 6 years or something like that. I honestly don't count, because I don't plan on, to me, I don't know. Like I understand, like, knowing the time, but I honestly don't know the exact. Kara knows. I don't. It's like 6 years or something now, I think. About to be 7, maybe. I don't know, but something like that. I know it was 5, so it's got to be getting close to 6, if not 7, something like that. I was like 30, and I'm 36 now, so 30, 31. So maybe 5, 6 years, something like that. Six-pack. I got a keg. I'm tracking myself. Grambo. Welcome to the road. I'm trucking myself. I said tracking. I'm trucking myself. Yeah, the trucking life. What a journey, man. You get to see a lot, though. But hey, I mean, even with the trucking life, same thing. You can do this. You can do the same thing. Like, I think about things like that. Like me and Kara, we've talked about little things. And I know this isn't trucking, so don't think I'm trying to compare it to that. I'm not at all. But like, if you did get like a camper or something and you lived out on the road, right? You did things out on the road, you'd have to find certain ways to do certain things, right? But it would take the motivation to do them. Like say if it's gonna be I don't know, just whatever. Like if you need to exercise, or because you can't do it inside the trailer, right? Or, eating healthy, or, getting good foods, or whatever. Like I can name a million different things, or even work, right? Like with the channel, having the space and being able to work in such confined spaces, like being able to struggle through that and do that. Could you do that? Could you handle the mental shit that it would take to do that? Because it would take a lot. But, figuring out a way to make it work and getting on that grind and just doing it. Same thing like with trucking, you're on the road a lot, so you got to figure out ways to motivate yourself to do certain things, or create certain behaviors that benefit you long run. Jared, look at my long comment, please. Jared, I know you know of Jocko. Yes, I do. But I think you would really dig the Sean Ryan show on Vigilance Elite here on YouTube, long format interviews. I'll check it out. But yeah, I've seen Jocko stuff. I watch a lot of that stuff, to be honest. Like, I have certain things, like certain days and certain mornings, I have like money things. So in the morning, I listen to money shows. It's all about money. Like, that's all it's about. And it'll be like about investing and different things with market shit and like just stuff, anything, like all different types of things, but mostly affiliated with making money and things like that. Then I have other things that are specifically towards like motivation, kind of, and it's more, like just drilling into your head of like hard work stuff, and appreciating hard work. And it could be workout stuff or like mental toughness, like things like that. And I just listen to different people. And then I have like a bunch of different podcasts that I listen to that also specifically go towards men, and not, I guess, just men, but mostly men, I guess you could say, but that just help you stay on the grind and do things right and plan things out and have plans, and wanting to execute them and how to execute them and how to stay on course, basically, right? And I think if you surround yourself with that, if your mind is always there, right? If your mind is always on a course and it's like kind of like the same things over and over and over and over and over and over, you're kind of guaranteed to do them and follow them. If you hear them enough, if you're surrounded by them enough. So, and I try to do that myself. And I'm not always perfect, but I if I ever, fall sideways a little bit, I fucking pick myself back up and I get right back on course. Because nobody's perfect, and you're gonna have days where you fuck off or you don't do this or you don't do that, but if you can at least beat yourself up afterwards, then I think you'll be okay, because the fact that you fucked up, or you didn't do it, or you didn't do whatever, or if you can beat yourself up over it, then at least the next day you'll get back in action. The sun cooked my nuts today in the sweltering heat. Well, when you got raid on them, what do you think's gonna happen? I seen this thing. It was like a TikTok or something. This guy invented this air conditioner for your balls. It goes over, and I guess it could work for vages too, but it goes over your air conditioner in your car. So when you're driving, it puts a tube to where you can tuck it underneath your pant leg, right to your nuts. So when you're driving, your nuts are always being cooled. Cool nuts. Conspirator or assassin? Conspirator all the way. I like the conspirator. And let me tell you, don't sleep on this damn DOMIN, guys. I know you're talking about button locks right now, which the Chevelier is also really good. Linked in the description. Awesome. I also like the conspirator too. This DOMIN, though, holy cow, is this thing good? 12 thousandths behind the edge, 12 to 13 thousandths behind the edge. Stupid, ridiculous action. Perfect detent. Adjustable, reversible clip. Good access to the lock bar. Good sharpening, choil, and plunge grind. They killed this thing. 154 cm. And they do a good job with their 154. Damn, my air fryer is 1500 watts. I'm going to look that up. Yeah, I'd pick the conspirator too. The reason why the assassin is good, but it's uncomfortable. It's not comfortable in the hand. That's the problem with it. The clip gets in your way when you're holding it. And I don't care what hand size you have. It's going to be impossible for the assassin to be comfortable in the hand unless if you're doing pinch grips. If you're holding it like this, it's uncomfortable. You have to hold it like this for it to be comfortable, the assassin. Just the clip is too big for the size of the handle. Everybody knows what that feeling is, where a clip is just too much for the handle. And it's a great knife. I like the knife. I love the knife. I mean, I have the knife. I recommend the knife. But between those two, the conspirator is larger, and which some people like smaller knives, but the blade and handle work better together. The geometry works better together. The action's really good. It's got multiple deployments. I would pick that. CIVIVI Altus or the... Ooh, you fucker, Anthony. I think you've already asked me this one, and I don't think I could answer before. But I'm going to give you an answer this time. But before I do, just know you can't go wrong with either one. I like the Altus's blade shape more than the original. I do. The tip goes down farther than the original. It just works better for EDC. But I like the original better. I do. I like the original better. It's just something about it makes it... It's the aluminum. The aluminum scales don't have any liners. They're not milled out. They have no milling on the inside. So the weight, it's not like it's too heavy. It's not anything like that, but it just makes it feel solid. There's no flex to it. It feels premium. The action is super smooth. I had 3 of them. All 3 of them were great. The original. I'm going to pick the original. That petrified fish you showed earlier looks good. Which one? This one? Man, guys, I don't think I talked about it enough in that video. These thumb studs are so good. They work. They're like a platform for any direction you want to kick it. So if you want to reverse flick, look at how it's angled in all directions. It's chamfered around the edge all the way around. So if you want to Spidey flick it, if you want to flick it up straight up from the bottom, like this, straight up from the bottom, like that, you can easily do it comfortably, and it's very comfortable. If you want to kick it out from the sideways this way, very comfortable. Same thing with the thumb. It's so comfortable to manipulate. It's great. It really is. I like this one, and it's super comfortable. Now, I did find one issue, though. I found one issue. I didn't know it yet because that was the first impressions, but the clip kind of sucks. It's great in the hand. The clip is great in the hand. You don't feel it, but it might be just mine, but it's a little too tight. Going in the packet, it's not horrifying or anything, but it is super tight. Now, I could probably flex that and fix it, but fresh out of the package, mine is a little tight. Now, the Mini Beluga is also really good. Awesome, awesome knife. Love the 14C. Now, oh yeah, also, I didn't link this down there, but man, this little buck, holy cow, is this thing cracks. That the spring is so strong. Like, what if I can, like, you have to hang on to it. This thing will kick out of your hand. I'm surprised how strong the spring is. It echoes. And make fun of old Maurice's content. Cut! So, I've got this blade that no matter what I try, every time I unlock it, cut myself on drop if I don't block the choil. Are some just too... Yeah, some are just... I mean, that's why you always want to keep your nail up. Like, that's why I always do. I always poke my nail up. So if it does hit, well, if it does hit, it's going to hit my nail, not my finger. So once you get used to that aim, I have a knife here. Oh, no, I can't show you that one. So this one, like this one, if I hold it way down, see, I can hold it up here and let the flipper tab hit. But if I go way down here, which I usually never do, but if I wanted to, I would just let it hit my nail. So it doesn't do anything. Now, yes, you're going to have some that are really heavy. So, you know, you want to be careful with that because then you get like the cracks in your nails. How's the stop pin on that little buck? The stop, see, this is what's crazy is it's a big stop pin. It's big. The plunge is good. Or sorry, no, the plunge isn't good. The stop pin is big, but the plunge must not be pushing in far enough because I do have a little bit of blade rock. It's not the lock moving, it's actual blade rock. The blade has a little, the plunge is not engaging deep enough. That was some fisting action right there. It's not engaging deep enough where this thing, see how that thing plunges out? That's not plunging out far enough or something. So I'll probably just stretch the spring. I haven't done it yet, but I'll probably stretch the spring so that it pushes the plunge out stronger. I'm thinking the spring, because when I feel the spring, it feels a little weak. But when it's closed, it's locked in there really good. I mean, it's fine. I mean, obviously I can push down on it. That's most autos, but I don't know. But is it that big of a deal? Not really, just because this isn't a hard use knife. This is a open, things up knife. So is it that big of a deal that it has that? No, not really. Jack Wolf Midnight or Pena slip joint. That's tough. I'm gonna go with the Jack Wolf, and I'll tell you why. This is 10 thousandths behind the edge. That's why. Full hollow grind. Does the Pena got a full hollow? All the Jack Wolves have a full hollow. And this has a 100% full hollow from the top here down. And it's so thin. It's so slicey. It's so good. And it looks good too. Look at that. That's a damn good looking knife. Super comfortable. My favorite one yet. Like I said, I might pick the Wharncliffe if the handle was this coffin shape, but with the coffin shaped handle. And then you could also get. Did I put it away? I didn't think I put it away, did I? Oh, I was going to say you could also get the other slip. What the hell did I do with it? Oh, right here. You can get the other Jack Wolf slip from OCD for EDC's website. And that way you can put it in your pocket with this clip. And you don't have to worry about taking the slip out of your pocket. This will clip to your pocket. Let me take this off. It'll clip to your pocket. Let me just show you guys really quick. Okay, let me see. And then you can just pull it right out without pulling out the slip. Let me try. I'm standing on my tippy toes right now. See? And you just take it out, and the thing is still in the pocket. So I think that's awesome. I think that winds up making it. Obviously you could buy these for anything, but it says Jack Wolf, so. Kyle says, I tried, but I missed nail, and it goes past it and right into the thumb. It has a big choil, no flipper. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I've definitely had that happen. There's some knives out there too with such a heavy blade that when it does get you, it gets you. Robert Gomez with the 2 bones. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate all the donations, man. You guys have no idea. It massively helps the channel, and we greatly appreciate it over here. I have a question about my Carta scales. I currently love the patina on my PM2 and no longer want them to go any further. Can I put clear coat on the scales to prevent them from further patinaing? Yes, you can. The thing is sometimes you want to, I'm not sure which one to get. Maybe somebody in the chat knows exactly which one to get, but obviously you want a clear coat. It might make you might want to get I can't think of the name of it, but it's like a polishing paper or whatever, like basically like a very high grit sandpaper, like 3000 grit or something. And after you put it on, make sure it's like a polishing paper so it doesn't scratch it. But after you put it on, it might get a little slick, especially if you put too much on. So if you only put a light coating on it, it'll probably work out just fine. But if you put multiple coats on there and it does wind up getting slick, you'll want to get that bit of paper to just kind of scuff it up. It's not going to look scuffed up. It just won't be as slick. But that would take a lot of coating. So if you just did one thin layer, yeah, it'll help it, but then you're not going to be able to clean it. That's the problem. So if you do it, you won't be able to clean it in the future. So I would recommend, what you could do that is just let it patina, and then if it gets too patinaed, clean it off a little bit and let it patina again. Just keep patinaing it. You know, like these, I clean these like once every few months, and it brings it almost back to new, not quite. And then but I don't have to clean it as much. Like here, I'll just do it real quick right now. So like I'll take some alcohol. So you see the color right now. And I spray it. Now it's wet with some alcohol. And then I scrub a dub. And I'll do it multiple times in a row until I get to my desired effect. And then if I go too light, if I let it get too light, then so what? After a week or two, it'll get dark again. But I mean, clear coating will work. I got this one real dirty, but you can see where it's getting lighter around the edges now. See in the middle. Oh, shit. I only cleaned right here. You see how it's dark right up here in the corner? So the more I do it, the more it'll get like the edges. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it if it gets really dark. Oh, shit. Here. Look at this side compared to that side now. And I just scrubbed it really quick. Now, if I sat here and took 10 minutes, it would get really clean. Benjamin with the 10 bones. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Pena slip joints are badass, but I think you would be happy with either. I think so too. I definitely want to shout out Ben. He's been a good dude. These knives are great. They really are. And like I said, there's not too many knives out there that have full hollows. So that's what made me decide the Jack Wolf is that full hollow. Ian with the 5 bones. Great to see you're back in top form. Great to see. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yep, I'm back moving around. Tomorrow I will be macheteing watermelons. Probably tomorrow. Like I said, man, everything better watch out. Everything. I almost brought it frog gigging yesterday. There he is right there. You just got to say his name 3 times and he just pops up. If I am in the same conversation as Enrique, I am truly humbled. Facts. That is a good one to be mentioned, and for sure. Absolutely. Jared had some pierced ears. See, like 3 holes. Oh, just one. Those are scars. Back of my ears are all scars. So the front kind of takes effect a little bit. But no, I had one. And it was just my left one. I never even had anything in my right ear. Only my left one. But I got a bunch of scars. Yes, I am playing Fruit Ninja tomorrow. Yes, I am. Absolutely. It's going to be fun. For sure. All right, guys. It's getting pretty late. Carabite. Yeah, carabites. Yes. Bites hard. I live in Washington and know people that carry all sorts of knives. People carry all sorts of knives all over the world. It's a fun hobby to be into. You get to talk to a lot of different people all around the world. And yeah, man, this community is great. The knives are amazing, but the community is just You can't beat it. Oh, he's talking to Denise. Freddie, you really want to freak out? People carry switchblade anyways. I love that. I've been asking around to other YouTubers and they had no idea except you. Thank you once again, Jared. Not a problem, brother. Fred, they also let us have shadows here too. I got that. Oh man, the CMB Predator is great. That is an amazing knife, amazing budget knife. It's hard to beat because it has like the best sharpening choil. It's like $40 or something like that. Micarta D2, super solid. Somebody did tell me that theirs was failing really easily. I tested mine after he said that. I smacked the shit out of it, and mine didn't fail. So I think what he's having is early lockup problems because mine does engage early, not to where it's bad. But I'm just saying, I'm imagining that his probably locks up too early, and what's happening is when he spine whacks it, the round part of the bar, because it's a crossbar lock, like an axis lock, so the bar is not getting all the way behind the tang of the blade. So when it gets smacked, it just pops out from underneath it. Mine doesn't, and I don't think it'll be common, but somebody told me they had a problem with theirs. Holy cow. Jeremiah Moses with the 20 bones, man. Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm 7 years sober from upper and downers. I'm on the straight and narrow now thanks to my beautiful and strong mother. She's the one that believes in, and I can't thank her enough for being there for me. Plus, I'm her only boy. That's what's up, man. Good for you. That's an awesome thing, man. There's a lot of people, man. There's a lot of people, not just in this community, but I'm sure, everywhere. A lot of people have struggled with addiction, and it's awesome to hear people. I hope anybody else is struggling with it, because I imagine, there's probably plenty of people in here that are still struggling with it. Figure it out, man. There's lots of different ways. There's lots of medicines. There's lots of get a doctor's appointment and figure out a program, because it's so, when you realize how easy it is, man, it's so much easier than you could ever imagine. The fear you have is only a fear within. That's all it is. It's a fear that you've created in your mind that actually doesn't exist. And you don't realize that. You don't realize that until you get, on some medication or something. The chemicals in your brain are just they're not normal, and it's very impossible. It's like the old monkey on the back story, right? The monkey's just not going to allow you, but if you can find a way, man, find a way to get a hold of a doctor or whatever, get yourself on a program, or some medication or whatever, depending on what your addiction is, and do the damn deal. If it's alcohol, get volumes. If it's I'm not a doctor, so I'm not telling you what to do, but if it's dope or painkillers or whatever, get Suboxones. There's lots of different things you can get on, and I do hope the best for everybody, and congratulations to anybody who has done it, because it's a battle, man. It's a battle. And but once you go through it, like, you realize it wasn't the battle, was just the addiction itself. Antimatter with the 10 bones. Did you see the 2022 Microtech? Yes, I did. I didn't even know about it until I seen it was out. I didn't even know. Like, I must be sleeping. I don't know what happened, but I seen it and I was like, said what? Like, I was looking like, what? Where did this thing come from? People already have them and they're already sold out. Like, I didn't even get a hint. Nobody even whispered. No, I didn't get a note, a message, a text, nothing. And I tried to look for one as soon as I seen one, and to see, like, maybe they're still in stock. Yeah, right. I don't know. I have no idea. I've seen a couple of them, and I figured they must have gotten stock. Everybody else knew but me, and they got sold out. That's what I'm imagining happened. I probably would have bought one, because I think that knife is awesome. Even if it's the one done by Reich, because that's the one done by Reich. Remember, you can become a patron here, folks. Thank you, Fiend. Yes, you can become a patron. And if you do become a patron, right now, you will be ready for the next giveaway that's coming up here in just a couple days, because we have another giveaway, just like every month, for the patrons. No more pets for old Maurice. Thanks to Breeze and Kyle. Good night, guys. Check out Clemens Blade Enthusiast. It'll only take 40 seconds or less per video. You know what? Everybody check out Clemens Blades and Clemens Blades Enthusiasts. It'll only take 40 seconds or less per video. Definitely check it out. And Maurice, thank you for joining, man. Thank you for all the support. Love you, brother. And guys, I'm going to take off. Let me do my announcements really quick. There it is right there. There's the link from Breeze. Breeze, thank you, man. First off, shout out to all the patron members for all the support. I do thank you guys so much. Thank you for always supporting. And we do have the next giveaway. So if you did not win the last giveaway, no worries, because we were late on pulling the giveaway. So you guys have a giveaway coming up right now. Next thing, shout out to the Bang Gang squad. Tomorrow we have a Bang Gang live sharpening. Don't miss that. If you are a Bang Gang member, if you're not a Bang Gang member, sign up for the membership. It's right next to the subscribe button. If it's not next to the subscribe button, use a different device. You'll see a join button right next to the subscribe button. There's 3 different tiers. We have a Bang Gang membership sharpening tomorrow, live sharpening. Also, shout out to everybody who joins me in these lives and donates and sits here and hangs out with me. I do appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody hitting the like button, leaving comments in all the videos, using my links, man. It massively helps when you guys use my links. It definitely benefits the channel. It benefits when you guys watch the ads that pop up in the videos. All that stuff is massively beneficial to us and the channel and makes it possible for us to do this with you guys. I love you guys. Thank you guys for everything. Peace. Oh, Benjamin. Ben, thank you, man. I appreciate it. One more time for the homie. Thanks, Jared, for introducing all the Jack Wolf knives to your awesome audience. Greatly appreciate it. No, Ben, thank you, man. Thank you for all the great knives and for being such an awesome dude. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the donation. And if you guys don't know about the Jack Wolf knives, you guys should, because they're pretty damn awesome. And like I said, if you already have some, get one of these little knife pouches, man. These things are awesome. OCD for EDC. And you can find Jack Wolf knives on OCD for EDC. I don't think there's any left, though, because you guys are too damn slow. At least those of you that didn't get one. I love you guys. Thanks again, Ben. Peace.